Good afternoon, all you wild and weirdos and weirdettes. Good evening and all that stuff. I am Ron. This is Joe in the middle, and that is Doomsday Dave on the side there on the end. I mean, it's appropriate for Doomsday Dave. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you haven't been here, please do join in the conversation. We invite that. We like that. Let us know where you're from, where you're listening from, and where you're watching from. All the above. Man, I will promise you this: if it is your first time, you're going to see probably one of the most controversial shows that we've done.
Yeah, it's an interesting show, Ron. We've got a lot of ground to cover. Oddly enough, we had a few quiet weeks, but this week has been all but. And it's good seeing everybody hanging out here in the chat. We got a good group starting off with.
Let's get them welcomed in. Come on in.
So, Uvaru, Old Hippie, Spook Fest, Move Pig, Enzo, Brenda, Ratliff. We got Dave Eggleston. We got Wolves Den Woodworks, Stone Maven, Jen's in the house. Rachie is here. JB. I recognize your. Yep, JB. Now I know who you are. I remember you. Then we got Gary. Gary is here. Jordan Bucker is here. We got the Octopus with at least a few friends.
Yep.
And LR Miller, of course. And I think that wraps us up for our walk-in for everybody who's actually in the chat. Everybody who's not, that's not, 30 some people.
No.
And
no, come on in. Come on in.
Say hi. We don't
say
care.
Hi.
No, and if you're watching on your TV, no sweat, no big deal. Who cares?
Yeah.
But if you want to join in the chat, this show, this version, this Wild and Weird Radio Live is driven by the comments a lot of the times.
It is. And it's also driven by the folks who keep us on the air. And I believe we can show that right down here right now.
Look. Indeed, we can.
There we go.
Indeed, we can. These guys down below are what keep the lights on here in the studio. We appreciate each and every one of you guys. Rick Skinner jumped in. Lisa's in the house. What's up?
Also, I'll let you know the goal is set, and there is a brand new, and I do mean brand new, blessing screen, and it took a very long time to do. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. It was a lot. It was a lot.
Like Enzo said, you can watch on TV and chat with us through your phone.
There you go. Yeah,
that's it, man. And that gives us two screens you're playing us on.
Yeah, it does, right? So that helps.
So Ron, how's your week been?
It went good week. There was nothing really. I did some painting. I got us started on that. We're up and running for the shows, and started working on some other things. But they'll have to head out to the shows and see us this year.
Exactly. I saw that first one being made up there for the Appalachian UFO Fest. So.
It's sold.
Nice.
It's already sold. Yeah.
Stone Maven, what's going on?
Multiple blessings, my friend. Multiple blessings.
Dave, how's your week going?
David.
It's going pretty good. Very busy week, and I've been working on building a cool little. I was just showing Ron before the show, little book nook, like little cyberpunk, and then been working on some music. First, partly some of it to get the mastering ready for this show.
Right.
That's awesome.
Right.
I've just been busy with breaking my rib again for the second time in 2 weeks. Same rib.
You've hurt yourself again. Congratulations.
Yeah. And this time it hurts like 10 times worse.
I don't get it, man.
Well, we're back talking Ron, and Ron got a violent on you. So
it's exactly right. And Stone Maven, this one's out for you. Justin, Old Hippie, thank you. Here comes yours.
There's orbs.
That's right. Raising the black flag.
Actually,
come on. We have rallied under the pirate flag for years.
Well, we have our own flag. That's the thing, right? So
yeah, we do.
We have our own flag. Well, it's your flag too. So thank you. Yes, absolutely. We are pirates. Thank you.
Thank you. Here it comes, Lisa. All right. Thank you, guys. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much. And when you guys see that throughout the show, we're going to do that every time someone gives us a little a donation. That's what we do. We turn around and give you back something. So that's how the show runs. We couldn't do it without you. And it's not just a show, it's the whole thing, everything we do, because we are researchers as well. So we don't just get on here and talk about stuff and look like we know what we're talking about. Sometimes we do know what we're talking about, sometimes we don't, but we'll probably tell you when we don't know what we're talking about. That might be the difference. Possibly.
Donna says, hey, what happened to my first comment? I thought it posted it. No, you probably did. So in case some of you guys missed it, earlier this week, YouTube had a blackout. And it went down for a couple hours, and it's obviously back up, but the live questions and answers and stuff, some of it gets dropped. So don't freak out if you comment something and it disappears, you don't see it, trust me.
It's hard to tell what's happening out there, but let's watch it and see, because we do. There's the aliens and the owls, and that's just not.
Of course, that's just getting us started there for Ada.
It's not a coincidence at all.
Thank you. Here it comes.
I see LR
Miller and Gary Foot are blowing it up. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of...
Stop. Is Gary part of the thing? Is he part of the scroller?
Yeah, he is.
Okay, I'm making sure everybody's on the scroller.
Yep,
that's all.
He's on there.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a longer one here, since y'all are steamrolling it. So
go ahead and do that so I can get... And it's really exciting, because when we hit 10, we are going to play the brand new one. And it's kind of cool, because it's really, you're going to hear something. And Dave knows this. It's been a very long... Dave's of the Doom Unite.
Oh, that's great.
Excellent.
Dave, thanks, man. We appreciate you. Here it comes.
Oh yeah, that's a great one. That's the flag, by the way. If for you folks who don't know, that is our actual flag, and that is our ambassador, Commander Zorpazorp. He's here on a goodwill mission. So let's break into this, because we had breaking news right as the show was coming down the pike. Right? I mean, I've been working on this story, first of all, since the beginning of the week. When Ross came on about the aliens, right?
Yeah, Tuesday.
Yeah, the alien bones. And we've been seeing this thing in the news about, possibly the president's going to announce disclosure and all this. We've been watching this for weeks.
And we've talked about it. We've brought it up here.
We talked about it. We've never really paid, that much mind to it. We're just like, something. I don't know. But, and then this week it got really weird. And boy, did it get weird. So straight off the press, we've got a little bit of breaking news. So go right ahead and let's take us right into presentation mode. Yes, sir. And I will cue this up. This is weird. I just take it as for what it is. Again, I want to make sure everybody understands we have zero political affiliation on this show. This is only here because it's relevant to the discussion that we're having. And boy, is this going to be, I don't know. It's moving the needle. Let's just say it's moving the needle and see where that needle goes. But here's what happened literally this week. And I think it's pushing towards something. Don't you, Joe?
I really do. There's the pot's boiling.
Yeah, pot's boiling. All right, so let's watch this, and then we'll comment. Everybody get your questions in and whatnot. And just be respectful. That's all we ask, and keep an open mind. And I don't know. Let's that's going to be the rule for this whole show, to be honest with you. This one's a hard show. So just you've shown us over the years and now how amazingly mature you are. And if you can stand,
you have a very good community.
I think I'm going to give them all like some kind of an award if they pull it off, man. I swear. Speaking of which, we got to do a little thing at the end of this show, Joe.
We do indeed. The 3,000.
That's right. Giveaway. The 3,000 giveaway at the end of the show, and you got to be present to win it. So let's remember that too. All right, here we go. Let's get this over with.
They're real, but I haven't seen them, and they're not being kept in what is it?
Area 51.
Area 51. There's no underground facility. Unless there's this enormous conspiracy and they hid it from the President of the United States.
Something that got a lot of attention this week. Barack Obama said that aliens are real. Have you seen any evidence of non-human visitors to Earth?
Well, he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that. You know?
So aliens are real?
Well, I don't know if they're real or not. I can tell you he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that. He made a big mistake. He took it out of classified information. No, I don't have an opinion on it. I never talk about it. A lot of people do. A lot of people believe it. Do you believe it, Peter?
Well, the president can declassify anything that he wants to.
Well,
so if you want to make an announcement,
I may get him out of trouble by declassifying.
We know.
You heard that, right?
Yeah, and did you see the body language coming from the lady behind him?
Yeah,
she's the press secretary, I believe.
I've watched all this, and earlier yesterday, she actually said that it would be news to her if that was true, you know, because of the whole Obama thing, right? But our old buddy over here, the G-Man himself, broke it down, and here. Take a look at that discourse that just happened. First of all, he says disclosure is here, but look at the question. Look at this. I mean, look at this transcript, and then read that last line, because that's the part that got me when I was playing this back and listening to it. Because I missed that at first.
Oh yeah, maybe I'll get him out of trouble. Maybe I'll get him out of trouble by declassifying.
What? First of all, we have to dissect this a little bit, right? He gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that. Well, what's classified? They don't exist. You've said this multiple times. They're not real, right?
Well, now this, because I've been going back and watching some of the old stuff. He's pretty explicit in the way he says. He says, "I don't believe it."
I don't.
He does. He's always said, "I don't believe it. I don't believe it."
I've heard that. And I also note here in this transcript, you'll see where it says, I can tell you who gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that. He made a big mistake. He took it out of classified information.
The thing is, he didn't really spill anything though either. I mean, he didn't
say anything to anyone else, but my whole point is this, and me and Joe talked about this way before today. This even broke. Why is it a big deal if he said this? Because it's not real. They've pretty much got on there and said, this is all bunk. There's absolutely no proof of aliens. This extraterrestrial. Oh no, I'm sorry. They don't say aliens, do they? Say extraterrestrials.
Yeah, they switch it to extraterrestrials.
That's true. Yeah, you're right. So
one question there on that one though.
Was that the disclosure? Yeah, right. Was that the disclosure? I mean, I'm with you and Giorgio on this. Go ahead, David. What?
Well, when Obama said that there's no underground, I took it he was referring to Area 51 had no underground facility.
He was,
and this is something I can actually legitimately comment on, because I've had a couple friends, but one specifically that worked at Area 51, and this person cannot obviously tell me very much, but this person did tell me there are multiple levels underground.
I mean, a lot of these bases have that. I mean, here's the thing, man. We know this. They don't tell the president everything.
Yeah, but you would think the president would be kind of a little more,
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't
It
know.
just depends on if the powers that be feel like they can trust
Powers
him.
that be. The powers that be. Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of a current situation that's happening right now. That's literally where we are with this. We're toying with maybe moving up the disclosure clock. We don't know yet. We're still thinking about that. But it may go up later this week. If it does, you'll know. We'll post it over on the group.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Enzo, you're exactly right. If they are from Earth, they've been here the whole time. They aren't lying when they say there are no extraterrestrials.
We've been saying
So
that
technically,
since,
Jordan.
yeah, forever. We've literally said that from day one. If you can go back and listen to some of the podcasts, they may not be lying. It's just the way that they use the
Yeah,
terminology.
it's the way they frame it.
Yeah. I mean, you can't say we're lying. We told you there wasn't extraterrestrials, because they're not anymore. That's a good possibility. But boy, oh boy, that was some crazy
what
stuff.
Do you mean? What do you know, Ron? There
I
aren't
don't know
any
anything.
more?
I don't know anything. I don't know anything. Stop doing that. Hurting yourself. Yeah, that's the whole thing. And it only hurts when he laughs.
And sneeze. I sneezed today at work and I almost
that's gotta be
blacked
terrible.
out.
Yeah, I can imagine. That'd be terrible. So, folks, what's your take on this? We want to know. Let's get it up here. Let's see them.
Yep.
Keep them respectful.
Get them out here, guys.
Let's get them up here and let's see them. Is that
Stone Maven said that's a pretty thin deflection there. Yeah, it really, really was.
Right? That's what we were saying.
Because you got to think, like, looking at that with the pretty thin deflection, this is a president that normally hard deflects everything.
Right.
Like, just stone faces it, has a bad habit of just being like,
yeah, but drop this one like
stone
a hot potato.
Yeah. I mean, and we don't want to get overly political, but
somebody else's problem.
I think most people know that the current president does have a little bit of ego. So if someone gets one over him, so in this situation, yeah.
You're right. You're not wrong. And that's not overly political. That's an actual character trait that comes through. And honestly, Dave, we even talked about this. We're like, well, did someone arrange this to happen to make it? There's Jordan.
Thank you, man.
Stop breaking my ribs. There you go, buddy. Exactly.
Baby back ribs.
Sorry. Oh man.
So
I know.
So now, this is me thinking out loud again.
Stop that.
Just hypothetically.
Go ahead.
What if this whole thing was orchestrated?
I mean, who says it isn't? And I don't want to play conspiracy theorist, and we're not saying that. That's just Joe's speculation on.
It is.
You got to look at the data. So we're looking at the data.
Let's just historically say this: that President Obama was an extremely articulate man. Mm-hmm. He had probably the least amount of blunders behind a microphone of any president since microphones existed. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And he had this blunder.
Yeah.
He fumbled this ball. And then it comes out like, oh, well, now he's in trouble. I guess the only way I could get him out of trouble is if I declassified it.
He said, when he clarified it the next day, by the way,
right.
That it was, it was a rapid fire question and answer session. Boom, boom, boom. And he was just trying to stay in the spirit of things. Are aliens real? I mean, but honest to God, guys, I'll be honest with you. When we're interviewed, and we have been, when someone asks us a question like that, we don't answer that question like that.
And if it weren't that big of a deal of him making that comment the day before, and then him having to backtrack, sort of, in a manner of speaking, the next day.
Yeah.
I mean, then what is the big deal, really? I mean, there has to be something to it. So why would we backtrack?
No. And so now we're back on this serious question as before. That whole statement, where you've seen it online, everybody's seen it. It's been on everything. It's been on MSNBC, NBC now. It's been on the major news and lesser news and all around the world. The president has a speech ready. I mean, we know where it came from. We watched the story. You can go back and listen to where, it originated. It came back. No, well, Burleson, but not really. It was
Burleson was the first official, that really kind of like
He was.
mentioned it and gave it some like actual
It was
gravitas.
It was based on the guy in the UK.
Yeah.
And that's where it comes from, a filmmaker or a documentarian or something in the UK. Like, what? How does he know? I mean, you want to talk about breaking secrets and I don't know, man. This is just weird. It's all weird. It's beyond insane to me at this point. And yes, we're going to be watching this story and see how it develops.
So Jordan says, I concur. Obama has never made Trump smile, but to deflect the alien question, Trump just laughed it off. Right. Then now this is the exact thing that I said Saturday afternoon or Saturday night when the first video of this popped up.
Yeah.
I mentioned this to Ron and Dave, and I said, what if, because of all of this stuff about Trump potentially having a disclosure speech already planned,
right,
that Obama was just like, I'm just going to go out here and spill the tea. And
drops the mic.
Yeah, and we'll go out here and spill the tea and let's see how it works.
I don't know, man. I mean, I swear it just seems like a game. And then you had right after him coming out and saying, well, you know what? I didn't mean that. Well, then you had this come in the news. Pick us up presentation real quick and we're going to move on. Because this was part of the whole thing. What is this?
Yeah. Eric and I were like, oh my gosh, he won't even fully tell us. Maybe there is more to it. I've just heard kind of around that he's actually said, my father-in-law, that he's actually said that there's a speech that he has. And I guess at the right time, I don't know what the right time is, but that he's going to break it out and talk about it. And it has to do with maybe some sort of extraterrestrial life, so to speak.
And this was yesterday when this dropped. And then today, literally just today, we had the clip we just played. This is a game. This
you guys recall
the game.
Obama, when Obama was on Jay Leno, I think it was Jay Leno. It was one of the
yeah, I remember that. Right. I remember that.
And they asked him about it.
That's right.
Can you tell me? And the response then was kind of, on the fence.
Well, he actually said, I could tell you, but I have to kill you. Remember?
He said something of that nature.
Hilarious joke.
It was funny. It was funny. But they just kind of, laughed it off and went on. But look at how much difference it is now, just in that little bit of time where we're sitting with this whole alien question, how much it has changed in just that little bit of time. This is rapid acclimation. We talked about this years ago, around 2002, when we said things are speeding up. You know what? Let's go to the main topic because I want to get all this tonight. This is all possibly kind of related anyway. So I'm just saying.
Well, we'll get there. We're just going to walk you through this one, guys. Okay.
Yep. What I will say is this: keep an open mind, even if it's something you don't want to hear, even if it's something that you're like, oh, that's outrageous, and I'm just gonna rage quit this. Don't do it. Wait until the end because
you have our opinions too.
Yeah, we want to hear your opinions. Actually, I mean, we proved that our group actually can have opinions and state their opinions and not be attacked for it, which is absolutely wonderful. And I love it. I love these people for that. You guys are amazing. What number are we at, Joe?
Ahoy, mateys. We are now at let me see. Let me knock these out. Got to clear our starred ones.
I bet we're close.
We're one away.
Oh my God. One away. One away. All right. We'll get there.
Increment, guys. In the increment.
We'll get there.
But we will get there.
Okay. So let's get this show started. Everybody raise your hand if you didn't see the Ross Coulthart, ancient reptilian skeletons. Yeah, that's it. That's what I want. They didn't even tell Bill Pullman in Independence Day. Plausible deniability. Plausible deniability, Mr. President. One of the greatest films ever made, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, it's a masterpiece.
Absolute. One of the best films ever made. And pretty accurate.
Even Randy Quaid.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Didn't care so much for the second one.
No.
Didn't care.
It was terrible.
It sucked.
It just didn't catch the magic. That first one. I mean, your first invasion is always the best.
That's true.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, that's something that Cargon told me once, but
Right.
oh my God, we hit it. We hit it.
Nope,
We hit it.
we're
We
there,
hit it.
keeping it free.
We hit it. We hit it. Okay. So at 9 o'clock, we're going to break, and we're going to break and show the new blessing, because you got it. And hope you like it. There's a lot to this, and there's more to it.
Yeah, y'all are awesome.
This one, to be honest with you, has taken longer than any that I've ever made. It is an original soundtrack. You people who like the flute will love it.
Oh, we're over the goal now.
Let's keep going. I don't care.
Brenda, appreciate you. Thank you.
We got to get back out in the field anyway, right? Besides, we got a meeting. We got a plan.
Getting out in the field, we've got stuff coming up. We've got a first episode that might be coming soon.
That's right.
We've got we got some stuff coming up.
We got some stuff coming up.
Some stuff cooking.
Get excited. Get excited. It's going to be crazy. We're
all
going to have
all these things that you guys help us out with. It's about to, getting ready to start seeing the fruit for 2026.
It's going to be a wild year, and we've got a meeting. We got a plan too. So stick around for that.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Like we said, at the end of this show, everybody who's here is going to get entered into a drawing. The drawing is for our 3,000. Such a little number to some YouTube channels, but to us, it's every single one of you. It's massive. So thank you, every single one. All right, let's get to this, okay? Because it's something. Where do we start? Take us to presentation mode. Let's kick this thing over and see how she sounds.
Let's just say 400 years, maybe. Oh,
let's start about 400 years. Yeah. Okay. So let's go to the original story first. Okay. We're going to play the original stories. We're going to talk about that. And I'm going to skip through some of it, but we're going to get to the main thing. So here's the briefing. And the briefing basically is that there's this guy, right, Joe? He's what is he? He's like a billionaire logistics guy, right?
Yeah,
like
he's got a big logistics company. And,
Okay. So just remember that. Billionaire, some logistics guy, military background. They call him in to come in, and I guess anyway, we'll let him tell the story. Here we go.
Can you tell me the story of how you came to be involved?
Yeah, absolutely. I was working with another defense company out of Virginia Beach that subsequently started early 22, April-ish, regarding retrieving some assets under another program. Subsequently, that fast forwarding into August.
Now, there's something else that you might have missed here. You did hear what he said, right? Somewhere in Virginia Beach. Okay. Remember what we heard about 3 weeks ago about an asset being on the East Coast? Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just keep that in mind, because I have a feeling that's going to come into play at some point here in the next few weeks.
The number continued to increase. And then, of course, there was a shift in the situation with regards to China possibly acquiring one of these assets that kind of expedited things.
Okay, so there's that. And we've heard this before too, that there's this secret arms race to get alien technology. That's what he's talking about. He's talking about assets. That's the assets. Go ahead.
Oz says we don't need no stinking Fed disclosure. We get disclosure every week, bones or no bones. This one goes up for you and Brenda and Rick Skinner.
And the world. The whole world.
The whole world. That's right. Here we go.
I've got to redo that Mothman one now that I've learned some new tricks. Yeah, it's one of my favorites though.
We can use AI to fix it. I'm just kidding.
Never.
I'm kidding.
Not in a million years. And I will kick you off this show for uttering those words. Bye, Dave. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, so here's the guy. He's sent down to have a look at this asset. Okay. They want him to basically verify proof of life, which means that it's real. This is legit.
Yeah. It doesn't mean there's a heartbeat. It just means that the asset is actually there.
It's there. And allegedly, China's been there and they've got their hands on some of it too, right? Okay.
Yep.
So I'm just going to skip to first look, and he's going to tell you what he saw.
Not much surprises me in this world anymore, but this put me on my heels. It had me question. It had me question everything. I trust but verify, and in that situation, of course, I've always been a skeptic. Very, very realistic. I would say that it's realistic that this does apply or does exist. However, I'd never seen it personally, so I wouldn't comment on that. But until I saw it, and subsequently, what I saw and what we went through on the ground there was an experience I'd never experienced. Absolutely, something that was very hard to comprehend.
Now, Chad, you're the host of The Resilient Show, which is a very successful podcast that has done a huge amount of work supporting veterans and particularly the Mighty Oaks Foundation charity that you lead. What did you think when TW told you this story?
So, breaking this down for you, okay? Yeah, this guy on his podcast, guy tells a really interesting story to him, and then I guess they get a hold of Ross, or Ross gets a hold of this story and decides this is something to run with. Okay. That's kind of how I pulled it out. Is that not how you pulled it out? Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay. So let's continue.
Well, I met TW this past election cycle. We went for the inauguration together when President Trump took office, and we were in Washington, D.C. And some of the folks that we had mutual friends with were from Central Intelligence Agency, some other government intelligence agencies. So our meeting and introduction was through a mutual network of friends that we trust.
Okay, so their meeting was arranged because they had similar interests. Okay, that's not suspect at all.
And
not much surprises me in this world anymore.
Sorry.
But this
remove that. We just did that. Go ahead.
When was the last time that you heard anybody call the CIA the Central Intelligence Agency?
Very long time, Joe. A very long time, Joe.
Yeah, you guys need to go to the comment section and look at what Enzo just put in the comment section. It has everything to do with this.
Oh, what?
What?
Breaking news just now. Trump just announced on his Truth Social that he's ordering the release of the government-related files related to alien and extraterrestrial life, UAPs, and UFOs.
That means either A, they're going to whitewash it completely and obliterate it from public discourse, or they're going to show it to you. It's one of the two.
Hey, the good news is if it gets whitewashed and completely obliterated, we still have something to do next weekend.
We do. That's right. Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, who was it that said we don't need federal disclosure? You're right. We don't. And it doesn't really matter at this point. If there's too much evidence. I'm sorry. But anyway, let's go to, I want you to hear this first of all. All right. Can you guys, anybody get me a screen clip of that story though? Cause I do want to put that up here.
Yeah, Enzo, could you grab that for us real quick?
ASAP. Send it over to Joe or me or whoever. I don't care. Just send it over and we'll have it up there. Anyway, here's the rest of this. But I want you to hear. This is the guy, right? That the podcast. There's a little bit of bias to the story, right, Joe? That's what I'm trying to paint a picture of. Okay, here we go. Little bit of bias, but let's go with it.
A conversation came up about our mutual interest in this topic. I have a very large interest in history and pre-diluvial, pre-flood ancient technologies. I've really got into studying Genesis 6 in the Bible and the Book of Enoch and the Watchers and all this ancient technologies. And a conversation came up about
we've gone into the ancient alien section.
Yeah, but we're also going into an area where there's a future pre-recorded episode coming up on where we're going to touch a lot of that Genesis 6 and a lot of that text from Enoch.
Right.
But you have to understand the language. I'll digress because that's a whole
that's a whole different thing. We'll do that when we we get that video. But the point I'm trying to paint here is that we've got a little bit of bias that's involved in this, and it starts to paint a picture of anyway. Listen,
all indications is this is the real deal.
But one of the questions I really want to ask both of you, you're both men of faith. And one of the often used excuses that I get from people, particularly in the US Air Force, is that the public, especially Christians, aren't ready for this. What do you say, sir? As a Christian, what do you say to the idea that Christians might be so ontologically shocked by the realization that there is an extraterrestrial or non-human intelligence that we shouldn't tell them about it, that this should be kept secret?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that has actually been disturbing to me as a Christian is that the dogmatism of the Christian world and Christian faith has been so close to the idea of extraterrestrial life, meaning when I say extraterrestrial, outside of Earth. And, the Bible doesn't only, the Bible actually speaks the opposite. I mean, in the Bible, it talks about when the Earth was formed, that they rejoiced. Who was they? I believe there's so much more that we would never understand in this life. But, the Bible gives us some hints in Genesis 6. And, a lot of people don't want to subscribe to the book of Enoch because it's not part of the canon. I think there's lots of things. I mean, we read great authors, Christian authors, and we read their books, but for some reason, a lot of people want to discount the book of Enoch.
I mean, he's not wrong there, but
yeah,
again, we will get into that. But what I wanted to show here was there's definitely a bias towards some of this. I don't want to say religious fervor, but there's definitely a underpainting of certain belief systems that enters into this. And it's not all just Christian. That's okay. No problem with that. Yeah. What I have a problem with is that it kind of goes into almost the conspiratorial section. You can go watch the whole thing. I'm going to put the link in there for you. That way you can go over and watch the whole video. I'm not going to play all of it because it's like an hour long, obviously, but he goes into some stuff and he mentions blue beam at one point, and you'll hear him talking about the reptilians, and
that's the only thing that hurts me worse than my rib right now. Is
I know, but I'm going to play this part for you too, because I think this is important as well.
What I do know is what I've been involved in, what I've seen, and how I feel about it. And subsequently, I think if every rational human being approaches it the same way, I think they'll have the same outcome, in my opinion. Do I think you're going to get a little bit spun up and a little bit out over this? Absolutely.
And we don't know where these things come from, right? In TW, just because you found it, you've seen it, you touched it, but we don't know the origin of where it came from. We don't know if it's if it is extraterrestrial or
we do.
It's pre-diluvian.
That's where we
just don't know this.
The first thing I've got to do is project, I think, a degree of skepticism, because.
And you really think that Ross is going to project a degree of skepticism here? At least I thought he was.
Obviously, I've just come back from Peru, and I've been looking at the so-called tridactyls, and there are counter and pro arguments about the tridactyls, and maybe they've created fake skeletons, fake beings. What do you say to that? Is there a possibility that this is an elaborate hoax?
Look, I've been a skeptic most of my life when it comes to this. I would say that I was a skeptic up until August of 22. I am no longer a skeptic. I know what I was engaged with. I know what I saw. I know that wasn't human-like. None of this.
Well, he's right. It wasn't human.
Situations were none of the objects, and really it's trust but verify. The information kind of led you down a different road. Do I think that there's been a lot of manipulation of information? Yes. Do I think that there's a lot of misinformation? Absolutely.
Is there misinformation?
Oh boy, were you right, my friend?
That was pretty prophetic,
right?
Well, so if you didn't see it, we're going to show you what they're talking about now, and then we're going to show you just a little bit more and a little bit more background on this thing, and what they say, and then we're going to tell you what it is. And usually we don't speak to those absolutes because there are no absolutes, but there is an
It's called a
absolute.
lesson plan.
There's an absolute here.
Right, Dave.
All right, here we go.
Okay, so we've got an image that we've put up here of what appear to be two skeletal remains. They're clearly not human. If we believe what you've been told about these remains, they date right back to the 1600s.
Correct.
Talk me through what we're looking at here. They appear to be non-human. Talk me through what you're looking at.
I'll move back to the original carving stone. That was one of the first objects that was identified.
Now I want you guys to listen to this story first. Listen to his story right now. I'll move back to the original carving stones. That was the first so this is what he heard about first. Okay. They said, there's some carvings. I want you to look at these carvings, and then, wow, look at these skeletons that we found. Listen to the story about the carvings. Number one, this is your first clue.
And that particular stone had a reference of two skeletal looking beings, and one was stabbing the other on this stone. And then that stone was actually date stamped back in the 1632-34 range.
Why would there be skeleton beings stabbing each other, Joe? We've seen artifacts. Okay.
Yeah, we have. Never seen anything like that. Even in like Adena culture, which is some of the artwork in Adena and Hopewell culture can be primitive. Some of it can be very fine.
I mean, I guess if you're talking about Aztec, possibly you would have skeletal warriors fighting, but that's not what he's saying. He's not saying these are human. These are not. Anyway, here's the rest.
Then that leads me to the skeletal remains that were found secondarily. And then you put that, and I go back to this because it was carved in stone. It resembles the artifacts that I found as skeletal remains.
That's a problem.
Okay, so we've got an image that.
Whoops, sorry. So back this up. Let me get it over here. Oh, that's all that was on that one. Sorry. Anyway, let me remove that. Let's get some people's comments up here on this now while I'm loading.
Jen says they look kind of like heavy bones for things that are supposed to be frail looking. You are correct.
Yeah.
The anatomy looks so awkward.
What anatomy?
Move Pig says cow bones.
Moo.
Then Jordan says, sorry, I'm struggling to believe that these are real. Move Pig, what a joke. You're kidding me. I'm not buying these things. That's Beavis and Butthead. I love this.
We have the greatest people, don't we? And look, we've dropped a few people, I see. We haven't even got there yet. We
haven't even got to dropping people yet.
Come on. Wait. Hang in.
There's more.
There's a lot more. You got to see this. If you're going to be sharing that stuff that I see you guys sharing, come on. You're going to want to see the rest of the story, as they used to say. Okay, so there's these cave systems that he was talking about, right? So here's a little bit on those cave systems real quick.
It wasn't just bones like found in a pile of rubble. This was, the locals, when these crashes, the story goes in the 1600s, they had these crashes, all these anomalies began to happen. The locals built churches on top of the crash sites, thinking that their religious buildings would protect them, and so these buildings have been there for hundreds of years. And so when they began the excavation, they didn't just start digging in some dirt that someone could have threw some manufactured skeletons in. They had to bust through concrete and get into a cave system that had been there for a long time. So if this was some kind of hoax, it would have been a hoax that was in hundreds of years in the making.
It would have been a production, for sure. Yes.
When you found the skeletons, TW, were they buried in soil or were they just lying in a sarcophagus? How were they presented?
They were actually in a cave system underneath that church that Chad referenced. And you can look at the original photo of the unearthing of the entrance into the cave system. You can see where they actually concreted over that original entrance to kind of encapsulate that moment. But inside of the cave system was a natural cavern system. And that's where the artifacts were found, was in the
So they're in a cave system, you know, and again, I don't doubt that there are artifacts in cave systems. I really don't. I'll say something really weird to you guys. Ages ago, when I was doing my remote viewing stuff and the out of body stuff, I did remote view a section down in that area. And yes, there was, in fact, something in a cave. I can promise you right now, it was not these. It was not these. I think, let me see. No, okay, I'm just going to go to the next little part because here's another part. When you get a really good, what do we call those things, Joe? Lye sandwiches. That's what we call them. Sometimes it's best to leave the extra sauce off.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So here's a little extra sauce for this story. If you guys haven't bought it yet, then here's some more evidence.
Well, it's interesting because no, they weren't monitoring them directly. They were monitoring them indirectly, and I mean by one just for me, but it was tied back to my phone.
Oh yeah, so they had these biometric sensors on them when they were down there, you know, looking at these remains. So they were monitoring their heart rates and such, right? Okay.
Things didn't move with regards to the skeletal remains. They moved. They referenced the fact that I had touched a portal.
And that's what he just said. He said he touched a portal. He touched a portal. Why did he touch a portal? How did he touch a portal?
He apparently doesn't watch this show.
He touched a portal?
Because we've been telling people for years.
Don't touch that stuff.
Don't touch the orbs. Don't touch the portals. Don't touch the stuff.
None of that stuff. You want to stay away from that stuff. Yes.
To the realization that the United States knows a lot more about portals and non-human technology than they're letting on. What did they tell you a portal was, sir?
Transporting time and energy through mass along that. But they gave me a second grade introduction to a portal. I had to go subsequently to third parties in my ecosystem to actually get an education on this. It was very mundane. My briefing was very mundane on I guess, the explanation side of reading into the situation. I think that had to do with the timeline of the mission set when it needed to happen. But subsequently, I really had no debrief when it came down to all the different things. So I didn't have, I still to this day don't have a clear, of course I can search this out, but I don't have a clear definition of what the actual portals have been used for and who actually uses them. But,
so they told him about portals, but they didn't tell you who used them and so forth and so on. Joe, if UFOs, aliens, extraterrestrials, extradimensionals, all the above is a classified thing, why is there a contractor talking about portals, being briefed on portals, but not fully briefed on portals? When we had Bob Lazar, who worked at Area 51, allegedly touched a actual alien vehicle, and was basically told never talk about that again, but he did, obviously, right? But he also said that he was only told what he needed to know. Why would this man need to know about a portal? I mean, it's a fair question.
Yeah.
He's
So
a lower
anyway,
level than a private in the military.
Well, you know, I just don't get it. I mean, there's so many things here, and you guys have all great, good for you all using your thinking brain. Because yeah, this is a bizarre story. And there's so many flags that got raised here, and it's not our flag, by the way.
Kelly says, honestly, can the portal orb fey traps be worse than, the horrors?
I don't know,
Right.
but I can tell you this. I don't think that this is. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is, but we do know what those are. We know what those are. There, these. Let me find them. I got pictures. Hang on, I got pictures for you. Like these. We know what those are.
Yeah.
And let me get another one. I got another one here. Hang on. Is it this one? Yeah, it's the double one, right?
The double one, yeah.
That one.
This one specifically.
Okay, so yeah, saw their video. Now
it's our turn.
Are you ready to see our video? And we're gonna have a little bit of we'll have a little fun with this. So let me go ahead and pull up the data, because that's what we like to do. We like to look at the data, right?
God, that hurts. NW.
You gotta stop. Skeletal remains of Barney. Oh, that's so wrong.
Oh, man.
But it's funny.
Good.
Okay.
Enzo, we're going to give you an idea how tall these skeletons were in just a minute.
He said that they were 7 to 8 feet or something like that. But I don't know if they were talking about these particular skeletons, because, hey, guess what? There were other remains in that area, apparently. And it wasn't just remains. There were artifacts. And we're going to talk about that.
Artifacts.
We're going to talk about those a little bit too. But first of all, let's talk about, you know what? You want to show some of the artifacts first and then talk about what this might be? We could do that. That might be better. Yeah, let's do
Sure.
that.
However you want to do it.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's show some of the artifacts. So this is from a site. What is it? Alienartifact.com, I believe, something like that.
Real alien artifacts.
And he was talking about this particular show. I also will put that in there for you guys too. After the show, you can go take a look at that. But this is what he shows while he's talking about that. I want you to see if anything looks familiar here. That doesn't look familiar.
What?
So there's there's one of the dig sites, allegedly. Right there. And there's the ground. We can see the ground, right?
Yep, nice and loose.
Yeah. Look, yeah, here's the digging again.
That's how you dig.
That's not how you dig.
I mean, that's how Ash and Rowan dig.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not an archaeological
Oh,
site at all.
Look at that. It's just like right there.
Right there. And nobody's freaking out. Nobody's going, oh my God.
No, because there's so many of them. That's the whole point, Joe. They're everywhere down there. You can just go and stick a spade in the ground, and you can hit.
Oh, that one's the best.
Yeah. So while we're looking at these is because
now that's actually human remains.
Yeah, you can tell that one.
That's a bundle of human remains, and they actually dug into a grave and probably robbed it.
Which is what they're kind of doing, right? I mean, kind of like it, in some of these not this one, but in some of these instances, that's what's happening. It's tomb raiding in real life.
Yeah.
Portal remote found in the couch. Yeah, that's it. So here's some more video from that. Oh my God, look, he has a website. Oh, and he's got a book. And
you can buy that for the low price.
Oh, it's here. Don't worry. But here's the great part. There's video. And we can look at these videos here, and we can see some of the most amazing discoveries ever. There's one of the dig sites of where these artifacts are all found. My God, look at all the crystal skulls, everybody.
I know.
You notice how identical those looked?
I mean, that right there crashed the crystal skull market alone.
Oh my gosh.
This find. Look at that. There was one right there. That's a xenomorph head.
Yep, sure is. There's a ancient astronaut with a helmet representation. Not sure. I think it's like a sarcophagus kind of thing. There's a lot of mixing of ideas that you'll see, which is supposedly, I guess, painting this broader picture of. Well, look more.
Now, realistically, go back one.
One.
This one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, not that one.
That one?
That one.
Yeah.
That one might actually be like that is the only one in this series that stands
Maybe.
the closest to reason
Maybe.
to possibly being real, because there's paintings of that.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, it doesn't, of course, mean anything in
Right,
context.
because they could just draw
because-
inspiration. And the guy had sandstone in his hand and said, "You know what?
I mean, I've done it before.
True."
So apparently, this is how we find crystal skulls. We use a metal detector. I didn't know that. I'll definitely have a new use for mine. But look at this. Look at this. He's found one, right? I'm like, I moved it. No, I'm gonna move more dirt because I can just reach in here and get it out, because I gotta make it look good. I gotta get in here and really work on this. You know what?
This was formed in the earth.
This
wasn't carved by aliens or man.
It was it's buried, man. Look at how much that's buried in there. Did you see that? How deep that is? It's down in the earth. He's pulling it out. Check it out. Look at that. Wow. Look at that. Look at how not dirty it actually is.
And how gentle he was treating it.
To be, wait, I'm going to pick this thing up because I don't know if it's broke or anything, but I'm going to pick it up. Oh, yeah. There you go. Get it off there real good. There you go. Got some dirt. It's a little dirty. It's not too bad. I'll just pop this out of the eyes. I can tell you something right now. I have dug up some stuff out of the ground. It is not that clean.
Never.
Look at those. Easy either. Look at those laying beside him. It's just like, this is a market for crystal skulls. They're just literally popping out of the ground. And why am I saying, this is important? Well, this is important because it's in near the same area. That's the crazy part.
He's using bottle digging techniques. He is.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong. So, what's neat about that is there's so many of these artifacts. And let's see, I'll show you. We're getting the good stuff. Here's some. Look at all these. Look at these. This is from Tula, Mexico, allegedly, right? That's what it says on the website. Oh, look, they glow in the dark. They do glow in the dark. Look at that, from Tula, right? Keep looking at them. Keep paying attention. Look at that. I mean,
I'd buy that.
That's cool, right? I'll do like that.
That owl's cool. I don't care.
Yeah, the owl is cool. I mean, okay, these look legit, but wait, what? Hang on just a second. It gets better. We got one more glass. Well, some of those kind of looked from. Look at that skull. That skull's cool, right?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? You can buy you one if you want one.
You can.
Yeah. So here's a Reddit post. Whoops. Yeah. The lines are too clean cut. They're made by a rotary tool. This is that ancient Dremel cult that I got kicked off of a page years ago for calling out. And these are the same artifacts, by the way, that those people believe were real. So anyway, they come from Jalisco. So if you look up Jalisco artifacts, oh boy, will you find some interesting stuff. And
yeah, you know what my favorite artifacts that come out of a Jalisco are, guys? Tequila.
Right. There's no arguing this. But look at these, Joe. Aren't those amazing?
Booker, you're dead on, because you got to remember these guys are grave robbing,
Bingo.
and they're also doing this nonsense.
Okay, so right there, I wanted to put that in because we're seeing a UV reaction on this stone, but you know what else we're seeing? We're seeing epoxy under UV. It's either epoxy or super glue. I'm not sure which one, but it's something that the ancients didn't use. I can tell you that. There's a crystal skull. Oh, look, you can buy your own boogosphere, everybody. It's a bargain for a boogosphere.
Bronze Booga hemisphere.
Right. But wait, it gets better. Because, yeah, same area pretty much.
But look at the prices.
Oh no! Look at this! Look at this! I want you to see this.
It's Bill.
Oh no, it's not. But look.
No, that was Bill. Go back.
Oh, I saw Bill. Yeah, up there. But look here. Look at this. One's from eBay. That one is from Tula.
Oh. Looky.
Oh, looky, because it's the exact same skull.
It is.
Oh, and look, here's this too. And there's the glowing stuff. What I'm saying is these can be traced back pretty much to that area, although they didn't admit where the area was on on the show.
Guy made a TikTok to sell junk he built in the shack. Yes, he did.
I mean, I don't know. Like someone said, there's mixed in. I think it is. I think it's mixed in. But what we are sure about, whether it has anything to do with those artifacts, I can't say. Even the guy who has all these, he said that he was approached to by people to buy those remains. And he said, no, absolutely not. He doesn't want to get caught up in that stuff. And so he didn't say that they were real, and he didn't say that they weren't. He said it was concerning. And I agree with him 100%. It is very concerning. So if this guy who does this says that those bones are concerning, take heed, because guess what? They are. They're very concerning. Now, it is time for us to do what we set out to do. And that is to show you what these bones actually are. But before we do that, Joe, it's time for the reveal. Let's do the new blessing for everybody. For folks who got us over the goal tonight, this has been Joe asked what I did this week. Well, a lot of this week was devoted to this. And this is just a short snippet of a very long thing that we hope that eventually you're going to get to see at some point. But it's a blessing now. And
without further ado,
I think you'll like it.
Here you go, guys.
And there's more to come. And yes, that's all hand animated. So enjoy it. It's a 3D model, hand animated, motion tween. It's one of my favorites, and it gets really good. The thing is, it's really long. I think that musical piece is probably like 4 minutes and 50 seconds. So we're going to figure out a way to make that where you guys can see it somewhere at some point. And then us three are going to get together and add to that. So be prepared. It's going to be some really cool stuff coming out.
Well, I think you ought to, like, for the viewers and people donate, you ought to do some house-to-house flute telegrams instead of singing telegrams.
That's good, man. We should dress up like aliens. Yeah, we should dress up like the aliens and go out and play.
We can do that. We can do that because the mouthpieces will fit.
They will. They actually will. So thank you all very much. I'm glad you liked that. I'm glad you enjoyed that. And let's get to these skeletons. All right.
Let's get to the skeletons.
Here it is, because we got to get to the reptilians.
We do. So real quick into this, I saw these skeletons immediately.
Mm-hmm.
You all here know that I'm a master naturalist. I'm a nerd when it comes to bones. I collect bones. I got all kinds of stuff.
Yep.
Something didn't seem right. Clearly. You guys all saw those, but I recognized a lot of bones there.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to figure out where I recognized them from. But it took me breaking my rib and having to take a day off work to actually have time to sit and peruse what I needed to peruse through and find exactly the matches for these bones.
So here's the first video. Joe, you can talk over this.
Now, so what we're looking at here, right there, this is a sacrum. This is the sacrum of a horse. Okay. Now I'm going to provide you with the links so you can go look at the anatomy, but both of those are sacrums. And then you have the lower lumbar region of an equine, a small horse. That's it. When I saw these, I thought that initially that the ribs were potentially river dolphin, or that they could have been like a dolphin. And, you know, Mexico's not too far from the water, no matter where you go. And this could have been some kind of aquatic mammal, because the aquatic mammals generally have longer stems on their vertebrae. The processes go out much farther because they are, you know, they're carrying all their weight through the water. They're not having to, you know, it's not like a vertical walking animal where the processes are short. Okay.
Yeah.
So these were long processes. So I was like, okay. This looks, I'm going to look at dolphin first. Didn't match dolphin, but it was similar. Dolphin was still too small. So what's our dolphin related to? Horses.
Mm-hmm.
So the next thing I did was next thing right after dolphin was I went straight to horse osteology. And sure enough, wham, bam, I drug out all of those bones. They're all horse bones, guys. Every one of them except for the skull. The jawbone, the lower jaw, the mandible is the coffin bone.
It's one of the coolest parts of the whole thing that they did here. This is a really neat way that they reuse that. You can see it right there very well. That's what that is. That's what
it was. Great use. Now they modeled teeth into it.
They did. There's teeth modeled into this. So there's definitely modifications taking place. You can see it right there.
And now the other one, there is a mix of some bovine material, small cow. It wasn't all horse. The majority of both of these were horse. Okay. So here are the...
I got the other video here.
Okay.
So here's your other part. And you're going to see us. Boom.
Yeah. Look at that.
Identical.
Darn near. I mean, could have been literally, you know, painted from it, but yeah, go ahead and put your others up there. And
so there you go. You have both links to
did you put them up? Okay, cool.
Yeah, you've got both links there. You can go to those and you can go through all of the osteology there and the bones. And you'll see it for yourself. It's really plain. I think these are actually made from due to their size. I think they were made from small pack horses or a pack mule.
Yeah. I think you're probably right on that. And my question is, why is no one else questioning this?
Right, because it stood out like that. I knew immediately that rib cage was a lower lumbar section of a mammal. That was blatantly clear. And I knew that the large, thick, heavy bones were a beast of burden of some sort. So I just needed to find the right ones. And bingo, we got it.
Yeah.
And it was all horses.
But
now, the skull. Here's the kicker with that skull. The top portion of that skull, what is facing you in those pictures, is actually the rear of a skull. The actual what would traditionally be the front of the skull is facing up in the pictures, and it's facing away from you. So you're only seeing a portion of a skull that's been modified.
No, I agree with this. Well, I actually said that. I actually did say that, the tridactyl, and that's the ones that are in the kneeling, the squatted position, the ones, not the little Rice Krispie treat ones.
Yep.
But you know what? Even the Rice Krispie treat ones beat this. I'm sorry. I got to call this for what it is. That is an outright hoax, and either someone is complicit or they are not. That's what it comes down to, right?
Yeah. I mean, this is a blatant, painfully blatant hoax. Yeah. And Ross, like like Oz just said, Ross is a hack, or he's intentionally undermining all of this
I'm not sure.
for using this in a story.
Yeah.
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 And
And
it
then
takes credibility away from the whole thing.
well, it's to go right into that, automatically they're reptilians. And where did that, why are they reptilians? Because the podcast guy basically said they were. And
Well, what about these podcast guys? What do we know about reptiles, Ron?
well, you know what? We might know a thing or two about reptiles. By God, this might be the time that we are literally allowed to say that we know what we're talking about.
Yeah, right.
For once, we can
So
speak
we
on
are
100%.
We are literal experts in herpetology. Okay, literal.
I've forgotten more than most people know.
Right.
No, I mean, really, probably have. Although our information's outdated now, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it is outdated. It's a little old, but
Yeah.
the books
Yeah.
books with a little dust on them are never hurt anybody.
But no, we started as Reptiles That Don't Suck LLC, and that was us. We were reptile breeders. We did what snakes. We had lizards. We did crested geckos. We did leeches, gargoyles, any number of things. And we were very good at it. I don't mind saying that. We were very good at it. And it ran for years. And in fact, it ran right up to 2020.
I moved them all. I was going to pull up some of my old books.
Oh, yeah.
I've got my herpetology books. I used to have them down here on the shelf, but I've moved them out onto the main library wall.
But yeah. So what we're saying is we do know a little bit about reptiles. However, the reptilians, that's a different thing, right? And everybody,
Entirely.
You hear them talking about it a lot, and you're going to be shocked at how many people have no idea how new it really is.
Maybe it's a reptilian.
Oh, ouch.
See what you
Look
did
at you.
there.
Look at you. Look at you. You folks who are new, please do jump in and be a part of the conversation. We invite you to come in and be a part of the conversation. This is how this live works. Ask your questions, post your comments. We don't bite. We're friendly. We're not like,
Too hard.
we're not like reptiles.
Yeah, right.
We've been bit by reptiles.
Quite
Another
a bit.
thing, I can speak
Quite a
about
bit.
that quite a bit.
Okay, rattlesnake. Oh,
Yeah, but
mountain biking.
yeah, so we need to look at the whole reptilian thing, because we hear that a lot. The mandate comes up a lot, and you know what? This is actually going to be part of like a mini series kind of thing, right? I want to talk about some of these aliens because, why not? We got to get to know them. So
we got to get ourselves familiar with the Galactic Federation.
that's right, Joe. So what do we know about the reptilians?
That they were invented by David Icke,
Oh, what?
international soccer player extraordinaire turned conspiracy theorist.
I mean, you're not wrong. And that's the scary part, because literally, the idea, it pretty much can be traced to that one source in ufology, 1999, his book, The Biggest Secret. He laid out the narrative for the secret society ran by shape-shifting reptilians who controlled the world governments for some
What?
diabolical agenda.
And adrenochrome?
I'm saying they called them the archons.
Yep.
They borrowed this from basically these Gnostic texts, these scriptures that are real, by the way, but basically put it all together into this incredible story. But his theory, it's just a retelling of those Gnostic texts, right? I mean, that's kind of what we're talking about. Hypostasis of the archons, translated as the reality of the rulers. It's a Gnostic religious text that contains all elements of the theories and sets the perfect backdrop. So it was originally written in Greek in the 2nd or 3rd centuries, and the only known copy is the Coptic translation found in the codices of the Nag Hammadi library. The text is a hybrid of two sources involving Noria, sister of the biblical Seth, the 3rd son of Adam and Eve. You see where we're going with this, Joe?
Looky there.
Yep. It's said that late in life, Adam gave Seth the secret teachings that would become the Kabbalah. I mean, maybe, because we do know that the Abrahamic traditions did state that some of the knowledge was passed down, et cetera, et cetera.
Yep.
And that's where we get some of the alchemical books as well. So, you know, there's truth in here, but there always is, isn't there? That's the best lie sandwich ever. The first half retells the first 6 chapters of the book of Genesis, and the second, it presents a revelation dialogue between Noria and the angels. And the text parallels another Gnostic text on the origin of the world, which appears alongside the second Nag Hammadi codices. Basically, what it comes down to is these archons, and they are related to what, the builders of the universe, the physical universe, or something, right? I mean, they're part of the, not the Godhead, but they're in that realm, right?
They're these, according to the Gnostic text, which I've, oddly enough, for the last like 6 or 7 months, I've been studying the Gnostic text just because
it's been longer than that.
Huh?
It's been longer than that, because you
yeah, it has been longer.
Yeah.
But like the last 6 months, I really did like more of a deep dive just to kind of refresher, because just some of the stuff we're seeing.
Yeah.
And I'm looking back and going through really, I'm going through the oldest stuff is really what I really was going through.
Yeah.
Things that was very, very aged, so to speak. Now the archons, mostly they were these guardians or creators of the 7 planets.
Mm-hmm.
And they basically would keep the energy or souls or spirits, however we want to phrase it, from like exiting what we would consider reality.
So basically they held souls captive. That's what you just said.
That according to some of these texts, yeah, and which you can see why some of these, you know, there were a lot of the priests that were into Gnosticism, why they were pushed away, because some of this stuff is just like, well, so what?
Yeah. So you can go right ahead and look in notes now, and you can start right there, and you can see how Ike put it all together, and you know, and kind of explain that.
So David Icke, essentially, he put out this claim that the archons hijacked Earth and created these human archon hybrids, right? And that's who secretly rules society. That's who's secretly controlling everything. They can, they basically identifies these archons as a reptilian race.
Yeah.
They're able to shapeshift. They're able to change their size, their mass, you know, basically any appearances, making them more or less like impervious to anything we could throw at them. Now, then you got to enter in John Lamb. He's a modern Gnostic writer.
Yep.
Now, John Lamb, again, modern Gnostic writer. He basically had this work with pagan mysteries and shamanism, right? And he adds with the claim that the Gnostic text described non-human archons, including a draconic or reptilian type, similar to modern alien reports. This further helps build the case for reptilian overlords. Now, the next guy, the biblical scholar Michael Heiser, says that Lash misrepresents the Nag Hammadi texts, and there's no real explicit reptilian or alien descriptions. Now, Michael Heiser, I actually knew Michael Heiser. Michael Heiser passed away from cancer here in the last couple of years. And I went to a few of his conferences. I really enjoyed Michael Heiser.
Really?
He did a lot of teaching on the unseen realm. Now, you want to get into some really interesting stuff, go check out some of Michael Heiser's writings.
So here's the thing, though. Reptiles. the Church of the Holy Serpent, if you remember that.
Right.
Right.
That was, for reference, that was our way to get around reptile illegalization laws. We were going to create a religion so that way we could keep them.
Yeah. I mean, we had many options on the table, and that was our nuclear option. Was, you know what? They ban reptiles. All we got to do is create a
Religious
religion.
freedom.
Say they're part of our religion, and guess what? It's you're stepping on religious rights now. We didn't have to do that.
The great deboning of 2026.
That's funny. So the thing is, though, the serpent, the symbology, let's kind of dive into that, really, because that plays into this, and it's conveniently just reworked, because for whatever reason, you have some of the most important things, knowledge in general, that is symbolized by serpents. Look at the caduceus, man. Look at that's our medical symbol, right? That's the staff of Hermes.
Yep.
Hermes, an alchemist, supposedly, right? Secret knowledge.
Yep.
You see where this goes. So I think the question comes down to, if we're using medicine and, these beings taught some of this stuff, well, what's good and what's evil, man?
Right.
So that's where it comes down to. This gets very, very complicated, and it really depends on who you ask. I think that's what we found out, because, we've got the whole, you heard him quote Genesis multiple times, and in Genesis 3, we have the serpent, and everyone pretty much says that's Satan, that's the devil, that's the representation. But it literally says a serpent, and it says that he was more crafty. So craftier than all the other creatures. This serpent introduces the knowledge of good and evil to humanity.
Yeah.
Right? Because before that, apparently, humans just, what were they? That's my question to you.
Prior to the fall,
yes,
humanity would have been, humans, the creation, would have been the, according to biblical canon, that they were the co-creators. They were given the authority to have dominion over the garden, all the creatures therein, to name them and to tame them, essentially, to basically be the groundskeepers and caretakers of the garden. Then you have a crafty entity introduced in a serpent. Now, the serpent, once it's first and primarily introduced, it's not a serpent in the sense that we think of a snake.
Right.
Because snakes already existed. Snakes were something that they would have been familiar with.
Well, they typically don't talk.
Yeah, and they in the garden, every animal.
No, they did. That's right. That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, mankind could communicate freely with anything and everything in the garden. Every living thing could communicate
somehow.
Yeah, right. So anyway, we have now this introduction of a serpent that comes in, tricks them, and then is cursed to slither on his belly. Now, this representation very likely is not the Satan or devil that we are grown accustomed to understanding and knowing, but is just another crafty critter that was trying to get humanity, to get Adam and Eve specifically, to become aware of nature, not just nature in the sense that they were, but in good and evil, because at the time in the garden, all that existed, according to the text, would have technically been good, because after each day of creation, it was finished with the name of God. It just says, and God saw it and said it was good. Right. So all the things in the garden, all the things on creation were good. And then,
well,
this,
yeah. And then this, and now you've thrown a monkey wrench into it all, right? That's what it comes down to.
Now you're aware of evil. You
now
know that
humans know.
Exists. That means you learned something that you previously didn't know or were unaware of.
Right. And, there in the Gnostic text, then it goes to say that whatever that was actually did a favor to mankind by giving them knowledge and et cetera, et cetera. And so that gets quoted down from these other texts, these other spiritual and religious teachings, that they were awakened from this. And the Nagas serpents, the keepers of the hidden knowledge, there's all this. The Nagas are snakes. They're serpents. There's semi-divine beings. They're explicitly described as guardians of the hidden wisdoms and sacred texts and treasures. They're also associated with water.
Yeah, they're a water serpent.
The underground realms, esoteric knowledge. So knowledge, smart. In Mesoamerica, we have the legend of Quetzalcoatl. Aztec, it's Kukulkan. It's the same legend. They're just different names for this. And the Mayan version, Kukulkan, is described as a feathered serpent god who tried to, he had a hand in creation, but he was the bringer of the rain and the wind, water again, wind. But he also traveled underground into the abode of the gods and brought back a tree to humanity. And brought back, I believe he brought back fire. I can't remember what it was, but he brought back secret knowledge. I know that from the gods. But one of the trees was the cacao tree. That's one of the legends that Quetzalcoatl actually brought cacao, chocolate. Chocolate is the food of the gods. In Sumerian lore, you've got the Ningshida. They're the deities originally represented as serpent shapes. They're pictured half human, half snake. They're the link to the netherworld. These beings, archetypes of beings, show up in so many different cultures. Chinese dragons, there's one, flying dragons, right? And it just shows that it's almost. And what are those Chinese dragons? Remember, they are always wise, right? In the Chinese legends, they're like elder beings. They're teachers. So you've got this wisdom element that comes from this, these serpent beings or whatever they were. But as we can see, the underlying element here is that symbolism. And in the ancient texts and religions around the world, it's depicted, and it kind of depends on who you ask if it is good or if it's evil. That's the biggest issue. Literally one of the biggest issues about the whole thing. So when you hear about this whole archon thing that gets weaved, and we hear that word a lot, it's kind of taken out of context because it never really says that they were reptilian.
There's only a few texts that point to any kind of serpent-like entities. Yeah. So that's the weird part. But everybody believes that, the reptiles, the shape-shifting reptiles, it actually says that they could shift into any beast, I believe, is what the literal thing was, the interpretation of the archons. They were not just reptiles, in other words. But I kept looking at this and I'm like, man, archons, you got these beings who are living amongst
humans. Humans don't know, they're shapeshifters. And I'm like, wow, this so sounds familiar to me. And how many of you guys remember V? Y'all remember V, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How about the audience?
One of my favorites.
I've talked to a few people and they don't know what it is because they're younger. They don't know.
And the new series was good too.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty.
It wasn't like the original though.
Oh no, the original was great. I mean, what's better than The Visitors?
It's a little cheesy, but it was good.
There are friends, and friendship is universal. Don't you forget that.
So is hunger.
Don't you forget that. Friendship is universal. But I like this image. This was literally the first shot of the mothership from the show, if anyone remembers that. It's appropriate, right? Isn't that appropriate? Right there.
Oh yeah, and especially that skull. That skull is a Australopithecine skull.
That was the whole point. It was very artsy done. But either way, for you guys who don't know what it was all about, it was basically an alien invasion movie. 50 giant motherships. They have these friendly aliens that come down, and they're called, you call them the visitors, kind of like what we sort of call them today, right? And that what Whitley describes them as?
Yeah.
The visitors. And so the visitors are friendly, but they have to come and they have to make a deal with the government because their planet's failing. So they make a deal with the government, and they need water, they need resources and whatnot, and everybody's happy about it. But then they start kind of, they're going to give us advanced technology, from what I remember, and then everybody on Earth accepts it. The government's, but the visitors infiltrate the world governments. Okay, how about that? It's literally what this is the story. And it's only later that you find out that they're wearing human masks. They're really reptilians.
With bright red eyes.
Now, the funny part about it, my friends, you can believe what you want. I'm not telling you what to believe, and I'm not saying that that's where it came from. I'm saying we got to look at the evidence here. But it was on May 1st, 1983, that V premiered. It was 1999 when Ike came out with the, the book. And where this whole legend pretty much originated was that book. There were no evil reptilians up until that point. Yes, it did star the Beastmaster. You're absolutely right, Brenda. Yes.
Beastmaster was awesome.
Yes. That's who that was.
You guys, I'm sure this is a dumb question, but both of you all watched Star Trek Next Generation, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if you all remember, there's an episode of Star Trek Next Generation, which would have been around 1988, 89, or maybe earlier.
Okay. Yeah.
Sooner, earlier. Where there's an episode where they found a reptilian race. You may remember this.
I remember this. This is the one that took place back in Tom.
Yeah. So this reptilian race, they had two reptilians, and it's like a crime to talk about humans.
Yeah.
And they're originally from Earth. They share DNA with us.
Yeah. There's the one I'm thinking about was with Mark Twain. Remember, it was the one.
There's that one too. Yeah.
They had the serpent staff. Remember the staff, and they were harvesting people. Literally harvesting their souls. That's literally what it was, and they were using them to power things. Yeah. You're absolutely right, Dave. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that one just came on a couple of days ago, ironically.
Oh, really?
I was watching that, and you were talking about all this reptilian stuff.
I completely forgot. And someone mentioned the Sleestacks, of course. I mean, let's not forget Land of the Lost.
Yeah, we've had a few bring up the Sleestacks.
Well, one of my favorite Sleestacks was Enoch. Coincidence? Coincidence there? I don't know. But, my thing is that you'll hear these people saying, well, they put all this symbolism into stuff and, so forth. The Gorn is a great example, by the way. And, that's what it's for. But I'm thinking, if I'm really on a planet and I'm infiltrating a planet, I'm probably not going to give subtle hints if I'm doing something I shouldn't be doing. I don't know. Call me crazy, but that's the way I see it.
Pretty crazy.
Oz met the actor that played Chaka in Land of the Lost. He was bartending at one of Wolfgang Puck's restaurants in LA.
Oh,
He made
wow.
a good martini.
Oh,
That's pretty
wow.
awesome.
That is too cool. No, that's awesome. Folks, if you're still here, what's your thoughts? What's your theories on any of this? We want to hear it. It's a touchy subject. There are people who will die on this hill, and that's fine. I don't care. We're just showing you the data. You can choose to believe it or not.
Godot says they have many races within each many castes. Not all of them are evil.
No, that's the truth.
Well, that's something that we've talked about forever, just between the group here is that, anytime you've got one form of entity, there's always going to be a yin to that yang.
That's what they were told. I mean, that's literally what, Hamish had said when he was talking about the Galactic Federation. There were groups that they like us. There are groups that are indifferent to us, and there are others that just don't want us to exist. And I can see that. I mean, it's just like countries on Earth, right? It's the same thing.
Yeah. Octopus said it's true. All of it. The Force, the dark side, all of it.
Well, that is true.
Yeah.
More than you probably realize.
Christian says truth is stranger than fiction. It tends to prevail.
It do at that.
Yep.
But yeah, I just thought that there was some amazing coincidences and similarities here. The only thing that I will say that we're 100% sure on are those bones. That is not a reptilian.
Nope. It's equine.
Promise you, that's not
100% equine. Small equine, but
Equitilian.
Yeah, it's the horse people.
As a former PetSmart employee, I can testify that Green and Knowles eventually take control over any pet shop. That's a fact.
That's funny.
That is a fact.
Oh, that is too funny.
Oh man, I go back and forth, but if I can succeed in astral projecting, I'll find out.
Talana, I'll tell you what, to Lauderdale, as soon as we're done with this project later this year, we may have a tool for you to actually succeed in that if all goes well. Yeah, I'm just going to say that, and we'll see how that all turns out. But I'm very excited about our little sonic project that we'll be conducting this year.
Octopus says, one of my Sasquatch experiences, it was watching me talk to my friend about the Force being real. On my life, that was the discussion.
That is hilarious. But no, the Force is real. That's just a terminology. But again, it was passed down. We know that Lucas, he grabbed that from like the Shaolin monks, right? That's what the Jedi were, I believe, is what he modeled.
Yeah, he based them all on different things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Lauderdale says, I've almost done it 4 times now. I just get scared. Don't get scared.
That's the hard part. It is scary. There's nothing. There is nothing that can prepare you for. I think the experience, the vibrations, and then that eventual separation. Once you get there, and then you got to be okay with loss of control, because I got news for you. When you get out, you're going to bump around into stuff. It's going to be very uncomfortable, because as Tom Petty once said, learning to fly, it's harder than you think it is. And you don't got wings. If you had wings, it'd be different.
Yeah. Learning to fly, ain't got wings. Welcome our Enol overlords with offerings of mealworms.
I'll tell you what, as long as it's not Leachianus, we'll be all right.
Or tokays.
If they're tokays. If they're the tokay,
we are screwed.
Yeah, if they're tokay people, we're done. Earth is gone. It's like the Gorn. If for you people who don't know what
Yeah.
a tokay is, yeah, that's what that
Tokay
is.
geckos are like,
They will.
I don't
They'll
know,
tear you up. They will.
150 to 200 grams of pissed off 100% of the time.
Yeah, pretty much. What we got, Oz?
My first intentional astral projection felt like I was on a rocket launch. I couldn't see, and people were mocking me. It was not what I expected. No unicorns, no rainbows.
Yep, there are no unicorns. There are no rainbows. In fact, if you read any of the near-death experience reports, it's very much like that. And there are a lot of people who believe that that's what's happening, that there's some kind of a relation. And I think that that's why you get a lot of these people who move from consciousness experience to the life after death discussions.
Talking about tokays, they're running on the walls, screaming their own name at us, biting everything, refusing to elaborate or let go.
I think you understand. You understand well, Octo. You understand well. Oh, there, Stone does too.
Yep, tokays are bitey.
Tokays are bitey. Yes, tokays are bitey. Man,
I once watched, no joke. This is a legitimate story. I once watched a tokay take a man's nipple off.
You did. I was there. I saw that.
Ron was there.
It was, yeah, it was bad.
It was amazing.
It was
one of the best times of my life.
You're just a bizarre individual, Joe.
Right? Like that'll be one of the last things I forget in the end. Like I'll hold on to that and the birth of my children.
I don't know what to say about that. I really don't.
But that'll be forever ingrained.
See, you've already hurt people. You've got, I mean, you're getting these reactions. So yeah, I mean, no, he's real. He's not wrong. He's telling you the truth. This is real.
It happened in the pet shop that Ron and I were working in.
I saw that. There are things you can't
beaters and handle. Handle tokays.
No, there are things that you can't unsee.
Yep,
that's one of them. So hopefully, once we get our brain irradiator fixed, I can get rid of that painful memory.
Painful. Yeah, it's amazing.
It's hilarious. Oh yeah, it was bad.
Man.
So yeah, that's
Joe is the embodiment of a machine elf.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
So that's our take on the reptilian skeleton remains, and then the rest was just some basic data on a little dive into the reptilian lore, because I honestly did think that it was older than 1999, but I was wrong apparently.
Oh, and one last thing about V, I just remember too, in that series, that if you recall, they were from around a planet from around the star Sirius.
Sirius, yeah, they were near Sirius.
Yep,
yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah. But Sirius has been in ufology and UFO lore for literally ever, and I think that's yes. I think one of the things that a lot of people don't get when they're looking for some of these hidden meanings and things is that the folks who make entertainment, they go for buzz stuff. They go for things that they're going to get a reaction from. So of course you're going to see stories about, portals and, demons and so forth and so on, because it sells tickets or clicks.
Was all this just so that they could say reptilians are fake? Those skeletons were BS? Was this just a straw man for them to knock down?
No, I really don't know what they were doing. I really, honestly, me and Joe had this conversation. We almost, demons. We almost think that Ross is switching more from mainstream news to to fill in the Art Bell void, kind of like the old Art Bell void.
Right, Dave. Like he's gotten really fringe here recently. I do think that he has become the new Art Bell. He's not the Ross Coulthart that was out on the front lines in Afghanistan reporting.
Yeah, I don't think that people realize what that man has done. I
Yeah.
mean, he's a reporter. He's been there, done that, got the shirt, and you know, but now I'm just afraid that if it's not that, then he's been used, and I don't think he's that dumb. I really don't. I think that they
I don't think
saw
so either.
this. Yeah, I don't think so. I think they saw this and they're like, you know what? Hey, people are clicking.
Money, 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 money.
I think it goes back also to that
Rick's
old
right.
thing is when you're into a subject like this, ufology, whatever it may be, UAPs, aliens, and all that. It's like anything, like even with ghost hunting, it's like if you jump too far into the rabbit hole, you're going to get so far into it takes forever to dig yourself back out, and then you get to the point you're almost going to believe anything really because you're so deep into it. Sometimes that you know how you got to step back out of that rabbit hole, look at the bigger picture, and go, okay, let me get my footing again to see what's actually legit and what's not. And I think people just get too wrapped up into it, and they need to take occasional breaks from it to reevaluate.
Yeah,
you know.
Well,
I think that's where he's going.
And you really have to do that with everything that you're doing.
Yeah. I mean, and we know that he's done this. Well, he's done this series, this episode, whatever that he's done on the mummies down there. So he's been in those neck of the woods, and I'm curious to see how this goes.
Yeah.
I'm really curious to see how this goes before I say anything else about Ross, because I still want to believe that he's providing what he thinks to be news, and we can just sift through it, you know, and look for we can look for the good stuff amongst the literal horse crap. This just in, by the way, Fox News, Republican lawmakers say Trump just confirmed aliens are real. However, we followed up with the White House. We wanted to know what part of Barack Obama's comments did the president feel were classified. Was it the part that he says he believes in aliens, or the part that they were not in Area 51? They were also asked if the DOJ was going to look into these comments, perhaps because they were classified. The White House told us, and this is their response as of 3 hours ago. There's nothing to add to the president's comments tonight.
Okay.
Nothing to see here, folks. Show's over. You know, that's kind of what that was. But yeah, that's literally just over there on X right now.
Now let's wait for him to backtrack over the next couple of days and go, well, the White House was a little jumping ahead, you know.
Yeah, there's going to be some cover stories and whatnot. But like I said, we'll stay on top of it, and we'll see, you know, what the deal is. But I don't know.
You know, Jeremy Corbell just brought up, like, literally the post was from 3 minutes ago, about the presidential announcement today on UFOs. The UFO puzzle has always been measured in millimeters, not inches. This is an opportunity, not an announcement. It's one small step for man, an opportunity towards UFO transparency. It's time to get loud.
Wow. That is, that's something. And I've got something too, and I am going to share it. If I can get it to go over.
So who's the first person who's going to appear on Joe Rogan now that's going to talk about this?
What is it?
Right.
I see. Who's the first person who's going to appear on Joe Rogan now? Because you know he's going to have a show about this now.
No, you're not wrong. No, you're not wrong.
Well, he'll probably have Jesse Michaels come back on his show.
Yeah.
Realistically, that it'll be something like that.
Okay, I'm now getting you guys a screenshot. Please hold for 1 second. Joe, keep them entertained while I do this.
Hello,
We
my
got it.
darling. Hello, my baby. Hello, my ragtime.
No, don't do
girl.
that. We need to see. We need to also get these folks ready for the drawing. Somebody's going to win some
Yeah,
prizes.
we do. We do. I've been getting everybody's names periodically thrown in here.
Good deal.
I've got my wheel of names here ready.
Is that
to
what it's
rock and
called?
roll.
Is it really called the Wheel of Names? Because that's
Yeah, it has actually because I have it saved as Wheel of Names on my
that is boring.
it is, I know, but
All right.
it's an easy click on my toolbar.
Oh, okay.
And
Well-
it's already preloaded with all of our base members here, and I just have to add or take away a few.
All right. So 1 hour ago, this is the post that they were talking about. Take us into presentation mode. I now have it.
All right, going in.
Here is the post. And yeah, this is from President. It's legit.
Oh yeah. When I bounced over to social media just a second ago, I saw that. Based on the tremendous interest shown, I will be directing the Secretary of War and other relevant departments and agencies to begin the process of identifying and releasing government files related to alien and extraterrestrial life, unidentified aerial phenomena, and unidentified flying objects, and any and all other information connected to those highly complex but extremely interesting and important matters. God bless America.
UAP and unidentified flying objects. Those are listed as two separate things in this.
Yep.
And any and all information connected to these highly complex but extremely interesting and important matters.
Yep.
Well then, you know what, folks? I'd say that puts us. Yeah, we'll
Yeah, the
probably
needle just went to a minute till midnight, I think.
Yeah, I think that we've definitely crossed. We'll discuss where it's going to go, but it's not 5 minutes now. I would say we have a consensus that if the clock actually strikes 2 minutes before, that means that most of the general public are on board with this, and knowing that these people believe everything that they hear in major media sources like this, I would say it's fair to say that we are 2 minutes at least. Yeah. So let's watch this. And for you guys that don't know what we're talking about, we have the disclosure clock. That's what we're talking about.
Enzo said, "Did you see Suklos's response?
A new one, or is it the one from earlier? Did he make a new one?
I bet he made a new one since that announcement, the actual announcement.
We got to find this. We got to have this.
I'm going.
Let's find it. Giorgio.
Yeah.
He's on a
I
roll
have one
tonight.
thought too, guys. It's like with the news of Nick.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Last week, I wonder what
I'm not saying I told
whatever
you.
time he has left. That this could be something for him.
Oh my God. I'm not saying I told you so, but I told you so. We got to get this. This is going to be a classic right here. All right. This is Giorgio. So let's get this. What if I can just copy it? I want to see if no, I can't.
I don't.
I got it. All right. Here we go. This is too good.
Well,
all right, Giorgio. There you go.
Nice.
Yeah, let's put it up there. Yeah, big time. There we go. He deserves that. Yep. So, folks, I don't know. I don't know what to say about this. This is not how we expected this show to end. I'll be honest with you.
yeah, not at all.
We never really thought that we would. Yeah. Now, let's not get excited though, because here's the thing. Again, like I told you, this could be also a way to wrap this up officially.
Yes.
To just stop it completely There's nothing to see here, folks. Let's get on with whatever the next thing is. Do I think that's what it is? No. Do I think that they're going to listen to this man? Probably not. Do I think that they're going to give us something? They have in the past. Hang on, I'll show you. Proof.
Nah.
Hang on. Let's show you what they gave us before. This is what they gave us before.
The Roswell report. Yeah.
This is what they gave us before. It was so good that they had to actually come back and do this, the second one. Case closed, because nothing happened at Roswell. So if we find out something happened to Roswell, think about this.
Yeah.
Think about this.
First lie.
So, plausible
Dave's
deniability.
over here with his Archon cat.
Those are shapeshifters.
It goes from gray to white and gray.
Those are shapeshifters. Yeah.
All kinds of stuff.
For all we know, Joe, cats could be Archons.
Indeed.
There
Let's
are
think
alien
about it.
overlords.
Well, let's think about this for a second. I asked a question about that once, and people never really got a answer from me on that. So I'll go ahead and do that. We got 44 people, so I know some of you are still here. We did that over on the board a few months back. I asked how many experiencers, were cat people, and I figured that we would get quite a few responses on that. And yes, it turned out that they were. Hello, Iski.
Hey, it's always good having you here. You can rewind in case you missed it. Apparently, disclosure's happening like ASAP-ish adjacent.
Kind of, apparently. We don't know. We're watching. We're going to see.
This is unraveling in real time, and you just so happen to be catching us in real time. And I'm honestly, I don't know what to think of it.
Well, it's happened before. And we're always in the position of being in a public place right before a major story like this breaks, and it's really strange. We've seen it now almost 6 times, something 5 or 6 times. Yeah. And
how many shows we've done and get off the show like 5 minutes later.
Yeah.
Well, we've had
like
that.
We're either just it's like we ride the bleeding edge.
Yeah.
Perpetually.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. But so anyway, the cat thing. Why I asked that was because people who have cats, Dave knows this. I mean, we kind of have a communication going on with them. Like they have a specific sound that they make. They have a specific routine that they do. And we know what that means. I want this food. I want that food. I've got cats that can do the same thing. And I know that others do. And I've always wondered if the cat people thing, being able to do that, what we're really doing is that's non-human intelligence, and we're
people with dogs do the same thing. I could sit and have a conversation with Rose.
Bingo. Why I did. And it's non-human intelligence across these animals, right? Yeah. And I often wondered that if those, like cats and dogs, I picked cats just because, they're stealthy, and if they can like sneak into your bed at night and walk on top of you. Do you even pay attention to that?
Tonight I would.
Cat owners don't. You should. You don't have a cat.
A broken rib. I have ghost cats.
Even worse.
Right.
But my point is, we kind of condition ourselves. Oh, there's a noise. That's cat. Oh, the door's opening by itself. That's cat. Never once do you flash in your head, that scene from, was it Communion, when the door opens, the little guy's there. No, that never goes through your head. You're seeing a cat. You don't have to do a screen image. You just automatically assume it's a cat. There's a weight on my chest. Is that a succubus or a demon or nope, that's cat. So yeah, it's very interesting how the cat people think. So yeah, man, cats could be aliens. That's what I'm getting at. It's my whole thing.
Right there. You talk about these headlines, guys.
Yeah.
Now I'll pull up something on MSN. There's a headline here. It says NASA running out of non-life explanations for what its rover found on Mars. It talks about finding possible fatty acids and other.
Yeah. There's that. They're dragging up the thing about the moon. I saw that. That was another one that Ross had on this week. So we're getting all these people saying, it turns out that we were wrong. There might be something there. And now we've got this tonight from the White House. I don't know, man. Let's going to be
see where next Thursday lands.
There might be a special before.
Yeah, most likely as soon as this comes out.
Yeah, I'd say we might have to do a special tomorrow night. So be on lookout for. Make sure that you've got.
You gotta think some of that stuff takes a minute to roll through.
Be sure that you've got the what is the notification set.
Yeah, turn your notification on because you don't know if it's going to be tomorrow, Saturday, Monday.
We don't know.
But it'll happen.
I got a feeling it'll be before Thursday, and definitely have those notifications set because we're also, there might be a trailer there might be a new trailer for the for Strange Realities coming sometime soon.
So what is our giveaway tonight?
Well, I know one of the giveaways. Where'd it go? Hang on,
because I've got as soon as.
I better find it. So, and there's only how many of these that were made? There's not very many of these, and the only people that have it are us and the guys at Skinwalker Ranch.
Yes,
I try to get that up there, but it's
green.
It's green, so I'm getting a green screen effect. But this is the official Skinwalker Ranch ranch dressing ornament. Yeah, so that's going to be one of the giveaways. There's some, I think there's some prints over there that we're going to give away. And, I think it'd be all right to ask the, whoever wins, if they want a Bigfoot or if they want alien related, something like that. That'd be fun. So you can have your pick on that.
And I am remaking this, like it's not, he's done. This is a master.
Yeah.
I'm remolding this. So this is a little Bigfoot cryptid creeper. It's solid resin. It'll be painted and have glass eyes that glow in the dark.
Yeah.
That's one of them. And then we're also going to do.
Oh, wait. Oh, but wait, there's more.
With a print.
I like that.
That's with the 50th anniversary print.
That's the 60th anniversary print. Yeah, that's nice.
Yep.
And you know what? It's not painted yet, but you're going to have your very own artifact that you can put out in the dirt, and you can rub some dirt on it, and I don't know, sell on eBay if you want to.
Get some squirrel bones.
It's this one. It's this one, but it'll be this color, like and it won't have dirt on it. I promise. That's going to be fake. It's all faux. It's not real. It's not real. Kind of like the things you saw tonight. Kind of like those.
All righty, guys. So here we go. I got the name here.
This is for the 3000, and the folks who didn't know, we had a contest back in November, I think it was, and ran.
And if you're watching, hurry up and chime in.
Yeah. You gotta get in there.
Rob, okay, I got Rob here.
Yeah, get in there. If you're watching, get your name on here.
Yeah, your name's already up there, Rob.
Get your name up there for sure, guys, because this is a good giveaway, and it's the 3000th sub giveaway. So you helped us get there, and so we promise that if we hit it by the end of the year, we would do this, and we hit it, and we're solid. So
we've got 44 hanging out with us right now. I've got 32 on the board.
All right. So we need you guys, if you want to win, get in here. Jordan, you got Jordan, right?
Yeah, Jordan was one of the first ones on.
Mm-hmm. Don't be afraid.
Here's who I got. Ada Cox, Donna Ho, Jordan Booker, Trackway, Rob Posey. I got Rick Skinner, Octopus, Stone Maven, Brenda Ratliff, Old Hippie, Godot, NW Hall, Iski, Gary. I've got Wolves Den. I've got Brenda. I've got I've actually found some duplicates here. LR. I've got To Lauderdale. I've got Dave Eggleston, Eyes, and Enzo. G-Ball. Getting you on there.
Overu, yeah.
Yeah, Uvaru. Okay. Uvaru's on there.
Stone Maven.
Yeah, Stone Maven. I had him on there.
Present. Okay.
Or her.
Jen.
I don't know who
Jen.
Stone Maven
Jen
is.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, Jen. I have just Jen on there. I didn't have 1, 2, 3, but yeah, I got Jen.
Me. All right. Is that everybody? Noir.
Yeah, hang tight, NW. Hang tight. I'll count you as here. Just get a hold of us if you win. Because we're 6 minutes over. So I'm going to go ahead.
Yeah.
We're going to kick it off. If you're not on there, you're not on there.
Yeah, it's time to go.
Give me a chance to get her in there.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's
Here
roll
we
it.
go.
Let's
Firing
roll
it off.
Holding. Go.
And we are going to
Go.
spin
Share
it.
screen. Share screen.
Oh, yeah.
Or a group presentation. That's what you do. Then you share screen. Sorry, I told you wrong. You want to hit
Go Dot. You're the first one up.
what?
Where'd it go?
Where'd it go?
There you go.
There it is.
Gotta put us over here.
Okay.
Go Dot. You're the first one. Get a hold of us. Get us an address so we can shoot that out to you. I just put the email down in the bottom here. All righty. Then we're going to remove and spin.
Oh.
Enzo's getting one. So Enzo, shoot us another email. I got your address somewhere, but just shoot it over again. Gonna remove. So we've got five awards, right, Ron? Five things going out.
Is that what we've got? I thought we were doing like 3.
We got 1, 2 with a print. Then you had the skull.
I think everybody's getting a print. There's enough of them to go around.
Okay.
And these are the main prizes. Yeah, the
Main prizes.
Yeah, 1. I got 2 on this end. Is what I've got.
Okay.
Main prizes.
So the 1, 2, 3. So 4 main prizes, then prints.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody, email us your address. You heard Ron.
Give them time.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell it. Well, I'm writing down the names on the list here to get them.
Yeah.
All right. Next one up. Jen
got one.
Man, Jen, I have the worst time sending you anything.
It's gonna be terrible.
This is is hilarious.
Yeah.
Jen's mailing address is cursed.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
All right, one more. Here we go.
Well, looky there.
NW.
Wow. Are you kidding me?
Look at that.
Crazy.
Congratulations, everybody. And then shoot us an email. Again, I'm going to throw it down here in the chat.
Yeah, put that up there.
This is the second time I've put it in here since we started it.
You can scroll it too. I think it'll also
it'll scroll across the bottom, but like I'm in like 3 different modes. I can't.
Gotcha. So yeah, that's that. Now we're on to 5,000, and we'll
on to 5,000.
We'll move from there. But this little guy, he'll be painted up and look ancient for you. I don't know who's getting it, but somebody's getting it.
Yeah, we're gonna what we're gonna do with these gifts, because they have to be made, right? The only things that are currently existing
these two
are the prints, and the rest have to actually be made, and we're gonna do that. And once we have them made, we will send you a random poll. Basically,
it's one of them. You're gonna get one of them.
Yep, we'll put the names of the winners in the hat, and then we'll yank them out, and whichever ones come out, that's what they're going to get.
Yep, absolutely.
And we'll mail it to you. And Jen, if you don't wind up getting the Bigfoot out of the hat, we'll get you a Bigfoot at OBC, okay? Because I'll have those. I'm remaking these specifically to take them to OBC, so we'll have those at OBC. So guys, congratulations. Hope you guys enjoy it. We'll be notifying you guys once we get your emails with your details to ship this stuff out. We'll notify you when it's on its way, and that way you can be watching for it and let us know when it arrives.
Absolutely. And
can't wait for a special super soon, says Iski. Right, it's coming.
Yeah,
got a feeling it's coming.
Yeah, you never know. I will say to stay tuned, because we will be putting some little highlights up here every now and again as well.
Yeah.
That's a new thing I've been trying to do every week for us all. And we're just trying to add a little bit more content here and there for you to help you get through the week and make you question reality itself sometimes. That's our job.
It be that way sometimes.
It's true.
So guys, thank you for hanging out. We appreciate each and every one of you for being here week in, week out with us. All the support that you guys show us. Thanks for getting us to 3,000 and keeping us above that number for as long as you have. And like Ron said, we're on the trail to 5 at this point.
Yeah.
We will hit that soon, adjacent, no doubt.
Yeah.
We'll get there eventually. I think especially once this series starts rolling out, that'll really draw people in.
I think so too.
And that series is fully dedicated to you guys.
Yep. You're going to like it. You're going to like it. Give them that alien blessing one last roll, Joseph.
You got it.
Just wait till you see part 2. There's actually 3 parts that are rendered out right now. So next week we try to unlock part 2.
And then potentially part 3 could get unlocked, and there'll be one playing one of those out in your backyard. Never know.
I mean, yeah.
So guys, appreciate every one of you. Y'all are awesome. Thanks for hanging out with us. This was a pretty straightforward. We weren't necessarily debunking anything. Boone Fullwood, long time no see. Had a fun night tonight. Good to see you guys. Hopefully we can get together in person sometime this year. I hope so too, man. It's been too long, brother. We miss you.
I was a little nervous about this show. And again, they proved to us that it doesn't matter.
We've got a group of intelligent folks here. So
So you intelligent folks, go over after the show is over, and in the comments, please leave a comment, anything. Just maybe even just hit a little dot and hit enter. I don't care. It helps to get the algorithm up. And if you can find it in your heart to hype it, even better, because, let's try to get the truth out, because the truth is it's just not out there. They lied to Mulder.
And speaking of truth, remember, if the bite force of a tokay gecko can remove a nipple, the bite force of a reptilian. Stay wild and weird, everybody.
I don't want to think about that.